I'll try to make this video quick. As you can see, this is the Aprilaire ventilation controller. All you got to do is hold the select button until the screen changes. And then you'll see this thing that says set. You want to press the select button. Make sure your configuration is HC, stands for heating, cooling system. The HP is for heat pump systems. And this is pretty self-explanatory. I have 3 bedrooms. I know my house is at 1,530 square feet, so I just rounded up to 1,600. And you just click the select button down to the next one. So this is the measured CFM. So this controller has a little thing that monitors the air pressure within the this HVAC duct. And so this is what it's measured at, and this is pretty much, you can't really change it if you wanted to. Oh, you can, but I would probably leave it at what it measured it by itself. So I just go past that. And so this right here is the temperature limit, and I'm assuming this is the highest it will pull air into the ventilation. And if it goes past 90, I think I set this to 90 degrees. The default might be 95 degrees. I reduced it down because I had a humidity error or issue this past summer, and so I want to get better control of that instead of let me get back to that setting. Instead of letting it be the limit of 95 degrees. So let's get past that. So I set it, it was normally at 95, but I set it for my home 90 degrees. And then it will show you the lowest limit. So during the winter time, you can set a limit to, for me, I set it to no lower than 25 degrees. If it's lower than 25 degrees, it will stop pulling air from the outside to help not have the humidity levels get drastically too low, because cold air equals dry air. Go to the next step. And so here you can either set your fan setting to on, to blend, and to off. And so I set it to blend. I know ChatGPT tells me that this is basically having the blower fan from the HVAC itself and the blower fan within the Aprilaire basically controls the ventilates that brings in outdoor air to freshen the house. It blends it together, and ChatGPT says this is more efficient. So this is what I kind of went with. And so let me get back to that setting. And so when I went and chose blend, now that setting, it has its own limit of 85 degrees. So the fan will not pull outdoor air if it's 85 degrees, or if it's hotter than 85 degrees outside. And the next one is basically, if it's lower than 30 degrees outside, it's not going to pull the air outside. So this is basically like a humidity control or temperature control protection. And the next setting is, so this is comfort. I was told by ChatGPT that this is basically like, I think nationwide air regulation codes for air HVAC systems. And a lot of builders basically use this just so they can get them passed by the inspector. And what you normally want is the comfort setting on. So this is basically like, it will pull fresh air whenever it's feasible within the limits that we just set. And to help have that humidity control. So I select comfort. And so this is the humidity percentage indoor. And for me, I don't want my humidity getting any higher than above 55. And it will basically not bring in, you know, humid air if the indoor humidity is at 55 or above it. And so when I go to the next screen, it's my lower humidity limit, and it's basically set to, if humidity gets below 30, it will stop pulling fresh air from the outside, because low humidity leads to static, dry skin, a whole bunch of stuff. And so it's like that. And basically you're done. And so basically this thing does its own calculation, and it was at 23, it sets it to 23 minutes every hour. And when I select it, it changes the required CFM needed to meet the goal of basically the presets that I set up of 46. And so previously, my settings, my square feet was basically set to 2,500 square feet. There was no like humidity or temperature settings properly set up, and that basically explains why this past summer was like that humid indoor. But I hope this helps.